What's going on, everybody? This is PhDarien. Got a PhD, but depends on who you ask. I got a PhD. I also decided to go ahead and make a freaking name patch for it because I figured you guys would appreciate that. So, go ahead and get back into uniform right here. All right, so now that you guys have seen that, let me talk about something. So the last video I made was an update. What was it?
Nope.
Either way, I think I was in my garage and I was just showing some random stuff. Yeah, I was. I threw my wallet against some of these wall control metal pegboards. And just so you guys know, I bought more metal pegboards. So I had 2 black, 2 gray. I had DeWalt on one, Ryobi on the other. I have 2 more of each, and I have a lot more tools. So either way, this content isn't going to still, like I said, it's going to be going still towards like gun stuff. And I did somewhat of like an EDC. I'm not going to do it right now. I'm not going to download all my stuff because I already did, and I'm not going to just put it on just to take it back off. It's hot. I'm hot right now. So either way, and I'm wearing this freaking garb. I just came back from the range today, so I had a gun shoot. One of the first gun shoots we're doing in this new helicopter community for the Navy, where it's supposed to get us to have our own different level of category 3, 4/4. Not 3/4/4, 3/4 shooting. Same type of shooting, different time constraints, just so you guys understand that. And I think I've mentioned before, I'm an expeditionary small arms marksmanship instructor outside of just a basic vanilla small arms marksmanship instructor. So today I was there for that portion. I didn't shoot a single bullet, but that's okay. That's okay, because I had other people shoot bullets accurately at the right target. So I felt just as good. I felt great. So I want to talk to you guys about some stuff right now. And I also got a comment today while I was on the range about this right here. My tier 1 concealment. I don't think I updated everybody on this. It is awesome. Someone said that the wedge pack that I have right now, I think I put it upside down. It messed something up either with the print or it enhanced my print whenever I'm carrying. Something to that effect. I'm not sure exactly what that gentleman was talking about. I'll have to look at it later. I was busy. If you hear a phone call, it's gonna suck. I'm gonna have to cut the video short and then pick it right back up. It's about my internet. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was my range gear. And since I just came back from the range and I was taking everything out of my car, I decided, you know what, I can film some of this stuff now. So I decided to do that. I didn't bring this gun with me. Of course, I was at a military installation, so I didn't have my gun with me. But what I did have with me was my holster. Now, if you look right here, I have 2 different, the flip. So, here's my belt. And, so I was wearing my 2-piece top the entire time. As much as it sucked to sweat, I was actually wearing it still for overall protection, not only from just shooting, but from the elements. Direct sunlight, as we all know, is still just as bad. So although I might have felt better with the top off, I would have actually just got more exposed to sunlight. Not that those UV rays were stopped by this little green jacket. I just don't want all these burnt tan lines and stuff like that. Yes, black people do tan. So, I had my belt on, right? Now I have a different actual rigger's belt on right now that has Velcro, so I was able to do this. I have the SIG for this. This will go in here without the light, of course. So me taking my OLED off, I can actually put that in here. So that's exactly what I did, is I put that in there, and then you'll see what I mean by that. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on where it was at. Back in its configuration. So this belt has, this is what I was talking about. I have the SIG M18 or any P320 compact for the most part. And then just below it, I have a drop mid-thigh holster for the SIG 228, 226, or 229 service pistol. I have a blue shape in here right now, and I actually do have one of these. And so hopefully if you have any questions about the bag, I'll explain it more later in another video. I'll probably go a little bit more in depth into just my range belt. Excuse me. But this right here is what I wanted to talk about. And as you can see, I have rule number 3, keeping my finger straight off the trigger until I'm ready to fire. I can't fire this. I do this a lot. I want to talk about this as well. This is a blue training aid. It is a shape. These are just as expensive as like other toys, right? But it's very accurate. Obviously, it's meant to be used in the holsters and stuff like that. And it is a training aid. It is a tool, just like anything else. The real firearm is a tool. The training aid is a tool. I use these a lot. I have them and I actually take them to the range. This is the only thing I will point at people or point in their direction or sweep them when I'm trying to show them what not to do, or if I absolutely had to show them from different perspectives of what it looks like, I will use a shape like that. And the reason for it is because the very first safety rule is treat every weapon as if it's loaded. This is not a weapon, it is a weapon aid. It is a tool, a visual aid. This, however, 100% is a weapon. It is clear. So I, other than you guys, because I like you guys, where I'll do that. Ooh, weren't ready for that, were you?
Nope.
You weren't ready for that little shininess. It's a habit now. I've been practicing that lately. So, because this is a weapon, I will not point this at anybody, regardless if I understand of its status. And that's because it is still a weapon, and I need to treat, never keep. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded. And a lot of us fail to do that. I would say over 90% most negligent discharges and things of that issue were the shooter or the person playing, let's call it the person playing, treated the weapon as if it were not loaded because they assumed it was not loaded. Nobody has ever been shot with an unloaded firearm. Ever. They always assume, make the sad assumption that it's unloaded. And then they end up just jerking around with it and bam, right? And it goes off and something happens and they say, oh my God, I didn't know it was loaded. I'm like, well, it's because you broke safety rule number 1, then you broke number 2, then you broke number 3, put your finger on the trigger, and the weapon was off safe. So, if you do it in reverse order, safety, trigger, pointing, you'll be good. Don't do any of those and you'll be fine. So right now it's condition 4, it will be condition 3, and then it is condition 1. So this is a hot gun at this point. Now I'm gonna go ahead and download it, and got it. Thought I missed, didn't you? I should have missed though, but I didn't. And so either way, let's talk about what I take to the range with me. This isn't something that everyone needs. I think you need certain things like it. You don't need it. Like, as a matter of fact, a gun. Take a gun to the range. Well, I don't have a SIG M18. Well, take a gun to the range. You don't need what I have. Take something in the same category as to what I have, and you'll be just fine. So, obviously, if I have a holster and I'm doing some conceal work, I'm actually wearing my holster. But since I was at a military installation today and I have a drop leg holster and a mid, thigh or hip holster, I just carry that holster around. I have a range bag that I watched a video from Such 00 years back. It's the Maxpedition range bag. I'm going to go ahead and show it to you right now. Dun, 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 dun. So, this bag has seen better days. Let me go ahead and just give you a little bit of a brief overview as to what I have in my bag, and then you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tilt this camera down just a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so like I said, I have a Maxpedition bag. So you can see their little logo. I don't remember the name of this bag. I'll go ahead and put the link in the description or on the somewhere in the video. And I'll start off with this side of the bag. There are other companies who have range bags identical, and I mean literally identical. They look exactly the same. It may be made out of a different material, something like that, different color pattern, and so it's a different price. Different company, different warranties, things like that. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Glock magazines. Oh shit, they are all loaded. Okay, well I definitely took this on base today. So whoops. Yeah, I 100% took this on base today. what's in here right now in this pocket. So there's a pocket as well. So here are the Glock mags, and on this flap, there's an inside pocket that you can put documents, paperwork, candy, whatever you want. And in mine, I have this really long Allen key that actually comes with the that little ball. That goes into my Superlative Arms gas block, my adjustable gas block for my 308 and my 6.5 Creedmoor. So if I'm at the range, I know I have my range bag 100% of the time. I will never just be driving around with a raw rifle with no range bag. So if I ever had to adjust my gas block for any reason, or try a new load, subsonic, suppressed, unsuppressed, whatever, just a new ammo in general, I can always adjust my gas block. So I keep this in my range bag. This is an essential item for me. And that is all that is in this current pocket. Understand this too, I do not have the same range bag kitted out the same every single time. This range bag is set up for what I needed it for today's range, not every range. So I also want to say that too. I don't have multiple range bags. I don't have a rifle range bag, a pistol range bag, a shotgun range bag, a mix of the two range bag. I have one range bag, this is it. I don't mind getting another one, but that will just be the new it gun or range bag. I do take things in and out, so nothing stays in here the same every time, because something else will have satisfied that. And I'll try and explain it as I'm moving. So as I stated before, I've got 5 fully loaded Glock mags. These ones though, however, they're all 9mm. These ones are the 10 round mag. So these are the California compliant ones I bought when I was in jail on the left coast. So that's exactly why I have these ones. And while I hate them because of what they stand for, I actually do appreciate them. As a matter of fact, 5 of these right here, that's a 50 round box of ammo. One box, all 5 mags, versus trying to put them in 3 magazines with a couple spares, depends on what size mags you have. So if you have 3 15 round magazines, like on a Glock 19, then you're gonna be hurting. You get what I'm saying? You max out 3 and then you just have 5 random. Nothing against it, but like I've said before in a previous video, I prefer to actually shoot, reload, shoot, reload, shoot. I prefer to get more repetitions in of me actually manipulating my firearm, safety selectors, magazine releases, slide stops, all of that. So I like the repetitive nature of that. I train better at that. And 10 round magazines give me that a lot more than a 17 round full size gun mag or 15 round compact or something like that. And even still, that they're 10s, they're only 10s just because they're 10s. And they're loaded this way, but when I get on the range, I might only shoot a couple rounds. Or I'll do speed reloads. I'll put an empty mag in my gun. I'll go ahead and make it hot. I'll take this out, put it in my pouch. Then I will go ahead and put an empty mag in there so it shoots, locks to the rear, and then I get to reload again and do a 2-hit requirement. Shoot, reload, shoot. That is some of the drills I ran some of the guys through today, as well as others, but I digress. Let me get back to my range bag. So I'm gonna go ahead and zip up this side right here. Waiting on that phone call about my internets. The internets. I'm gonna just do this. So this is another one of the sides. I'll tell you what came on it or didn't come on it. These 2 did not come on it. I forgot what these were for. I know what they're for, but I forgot where I got them. So they're just little tabs that can go on MOLLE webbing. Pretty much an accessory. I can go ahead and clip anything to it. If I wanted to get real funky, I can go ahead and clip this freaking blue shape to it. But I would never really do that, right? So it's just a hook. It does lock. So just so you know, I put one on each side of these right here. It does have a pocket on the end. What's in this pocket? Nobody knows, because there's nothing in it. Rotating back over here on this other side, this is where I keep admin things. So it's the same sort of pocket, but when you open it up, it does not have a magazine pouch. It just has this mesh, and what's behind this mesh for me are not only 1, 2, but 3, all 3 of my paperworks for the ATF when it comes to my silencers. Once again, if I am using a silencer, I am using, I have my range bag. There's almost never a reason for me to be out there with no range bag. Even if I'm going to, just shoot one gun and I can put it in a different bag, I still take my range bag out of pure habit. And this is one reason why I have my paperwork for all of the silencers and NFA items I own in my range bag. Just like the other pouch, there's a pouch right here. Now this one right here, like I said, has a lot of the admin stuff in it. I've got batteries for a lot of my red dots. One of my red dots takes a 1632. I've got 2030s, 2032s I mean. I have some AAA batteries, and even more, I've got these N batteries, right? One of my EOTechs uses these old school batteries, and my latest, newest EOTech uses the CR123s. So I will keep batteries, not only just for me, but for other people as well. I think it's being a good steward in general. Oh yeah, and I have a whole nother Allen key. I think I have both of them in here, on one on each side, I guess. So I can't jack this up. I have both of them because I have two different ones. So I guess I just threw them both in the range bag. That was smart. So that's what I have on this side. Let's get into the contents after I show you the other side again. So this right here has one of my old aircrew wings. Whatever. Has one of my old set of aircrew wings. So it's obviously an identifiable pouch. You know, you can put morale stickers, put personal stickers, whatever. Things like that. What the heck is this? Oh, yeah, this. Good to know, because I actually was going to talk about this too. So this is my timer. I have a shot timer. I was using it today as well, so I definitely like this shot timer. It was one of the best ones I've seen, that when I was on the range going through the course, that was the timer that I understood a little bit better than the other ones that they offered. And so I kept that in here because I know after messing with it, and even today when I was on the range, I kept messing with my timer and I kept jacking some stuff up. So yeah, my timer. So those are the four sides. When I go ahead and open this up, I'll show you more about it. Let me do this as well. So first things first, I have some Ear Pro. These are some Peltors. Pretty dang expensive. Noise canceling, all that other junk. Microphone, you know, cool guy stuff that I was rocking today. So I'll kind of show you how stupid I look right now for the video. All right, cool, back down here. All right, cool, so I have my Peltors off my head, batteries have been off. I will take out the, I guess you could say the little kangaroo pouch that's inside the bag, and I'll talk about that in a second. But what's in here today? So I have a random magazine that was in my pouch. I just chucked it in here. So this becomes like a range purse. I understand it's a range bag, but it's a range purse for me. I use it like what girls use a purse for. Because I know today we didn't have the right targets and I needed to make some really small targets, I just brought out and busted out the straight compass. And I was able to go ahead and set up the number so I knew what my the radius would be of the circle, set that, and then I went and then put the top and then made the diameter of the circle. So if you did want to make some stuff like that, definitely go back to school, get a compass, get a protractor, get your angles right. Do whatever you got to do, but this is a really good option to have with you. You can put obviously pencils in here, markers, things like that to mark targets and give somebody a good training aid. If you only had blank pieces of paper in your like range binder, which is an entirely different part than a range bag. So this compass, I have that. As stated before, I actually have the Pact shot timer. So the way it's set up right now, it's literally just on instant. I push the button and you can see right here, these are the last things that actually popped up. It was 30 rounds from one of my buddies who was shooting. He only stopped at 30 rounds when he was supposed to shoot 40, and he was at 151 seconds. I can get all kinds of things. So like his very first shot, as you can see up here, it broke at 33.23 seconds. So there was a little bit of stress involved. He had to run 100 meters, touch a target, run back to 25, and then shoot 5 rounds with the handgun. So his first shot broke at 33 seconds. Second shot broke at .34, and then his split between the first and second were .61. So you can see the data that you get on these, and then after that you're going to see a bigger split because he had to then leave, right? Do you see that? So it went from 68 to 70, 75. He was doing a transition. Oh yeah, it was nuts. So either way, this is what it sounds like. Now if I slap it, number 2, number 3 coming now. That's better. All right, so that's what it is, and I'll just go ahead and leave that there. If I go ahead and hit these 2 buttons right here on top, it will turn itself off. Boop. And so I do that. So I have a bullet just in case I need to take myself out. Psych. I have my pocket guide, right? So I have my little eSammy tactical pocket guide. Everything's tactical these days. And what it has in here is really good information. Nothing we do is critical memory item. Nothing is just like, oh, you need to do that. It has everything from a safety brief in it to how to BZO targets, what I'm doing, what I'm training people on, the draw, the technique, the timing allotted, everything. It even has stress courses and some things set up. I know by looking at this how far to set up the stress courts, the barricade, how many steel silhouettes and different things like that. So I always have this in my range bag. Even if I'm not doing a military shoot, I have it in there because sometimes I'll still train to a certain degree and I like to keep that in there. So the inside of this bag is nothing short of nothing. So I'm gonna set that aside. I had so much crap in this bag at one point, it was too heavy that it got to the point where I said, if I'm gonna do that, I need a backpack. I want my range bag to just be a bag and be able to be shouldered without digging into my trap. So I don't have that. I have a multi-tool in my range bag. This one is from Real Avid. I have a video on this as well. And the reason I have this is because not only can I clean in the field with the bolt carrier group a lot better than any other tool I own, but the biggest factor is this little rinky-dink front sight post. And it's just a really great front sight post or front sight adjustment tool. So it has not only the 4, but it has the 5 prong as well. For those of you who are still rocking that old school M16, like Alpha 1 or Alpha whatever, the flip has 5 prongs. Yeah. So I have a multi-tool, not only for the fact that I just have a regular generic multi-tool, I have one built specifically for the AR platform, which is primarily what I would have on the range. Personally, and almost 100% certainty if I'm at a military shoot, as I was today. So let's gonna go ahead and take that out. I also have spare hearing protection. So just like today, I was out there for hours burning up and my pelletors said automatically shutting off, right? I had that like cool Siri female voice come through and tell me she was about to do some self-deletion of battery life. And of course it was just a shut off feature. They didn't die. They were just off then. Oh yeah, as a matter of fact, my pelletors take AAA batteries, which is another reason why I have batteries in my bag. But I always have different sets of foamies, the regular sound guard, and then the little squishy ones come in a pack. These will be for me if I need them. I have tons of them. As a matter of fact, I'll show you in a second. But I have tons of them, but it's not just for me because sometimes someone else may shoot. One thing I did say I failed today, and I'm looking at it, and this is sad on me, is I forgot my iPro. Now, you can use ballistic eyewear in general, and that will be great. And I had to do that. That was just in my car. Polarized sunglasses, but the actual like clear iPro left all of them, and there's so many of them sitting right over there. So this also right here is the inside of the actual range bag of what I have. I typically do have ammo in here when it's my own range bag. Well, this is my range bag, but when I'm going to the range myself, I will put ammo in here as well. But not today. Like I said, going on a military installation, I had no clue, although I did take loaded magazines. That was completely unfortunate, didn't know, being dumb. So I have my own, whatever this is called, UpLula, UpLula, right? So go ahead and push this thing up. and or like kind of pinch it in, push this thing up. It's locked right now, so there's a little locking mechanism, and this is going to help you load magazines. Now, for those of you who say, oh, I can do it, I could load a 10-round magazine with my bare hands. Okay, good for you, bro. So can I, but I choose not to, and I don't care if it's just one 10-round magazine. I'm still gonna use this. It speeds up the process a lot. So that's what I have in my current range bag for my current setup, as I stated before. Even inside this itself, it has 2 different pockets that people sometimes will put a completely different firearm. They'll put a small firearm, like I have a P320 and the P365 XL. They can both fit in this. So as a matter of fact, this is empty. If I wanted to put an entire firearm in here, I could, and just zip it up. Now it's going to push into the actual, like, it will push into how much I can use this, but just taking it in and out of the bag, that is an option. There are 2 sides to it. I have nothing in either side. You could also put paperwork, like I was talking about my ATF paperwork, if I chose to. Something I don't have to get out often. You can put pasties in there. Normally I carry a range binder as well as a range bag. And it is because I am a small arms instructor, so I don't typically have everything in one, like one trick pony. Everything's in this bag, and that's it. I typically have other admin stuff like it's in my car already. It's in the back of my car. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on me. I know you guys love seeing my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that. But I have a spray glue, 3M spray glue or Elmer's spray glue, the adhesive spray. You go ahead, shake it up, spray it on there, and then you can just paste a target onto a backer. You might run out of staples. The place you go, the range may not have staples, or it may just be enough where, you know, the staples doesn't help it, because there's still air that gets behind a certain part of that target and will rip it off, staples or not. So sometimes I'll just tack it real quick with a little bit of spray glue or adhesive glue. I don't have that in my range bag. It's just in my car. It's in the trunk as a part of some of my items I keep for like prep stuff, survival stuff, everyday junk. And then too, I also have this too. So it has this is a Right in the Rain pad thing. KDX Defense, great. I have their chassis. Awesome, by the way. That's what's on my YouTube channel banner background, is this gun. This is a det patch, so it's identifiable that it's mine. I designed this logo. I drew this on my iPad. And then, of course, another one of my flight rank with my wings and stuff like that. And on the inside of it as well, let me show you what I have, just in case. Oh, wow, I have a used floss. Don't worry, I don't use that. It has pencils, pens, whatever I want in there. Numbers, important numbers, range numbers, and certain things like that that I might need to look into. In the very back of it, I have 3 things here that I know. I've got 2 lighters. I have 2 to make 1, red, blue, and it's got white bottoms, so it's super patriotic, red, white, and blue. I just made that up. And then I also have my small arms instructor like card, my range card, because certain ranges would just be like, well, can I do you have anything proven that you've gone to any of these courses? Yeah, I do, and I carry that as well with this. So all of this stuff was in my bag. This is my range bag. It is from Expedition. Like I said, I could do another video specifically talking about the bag. When I go out with friends, when I go out with my kids, what do I bring? Where do I store the ammo? How do I do it? One of the answers to that real quick is I do have it previously loaded. I don't want to go to the range, open up a box, and then sit there and start crushing out mags. I'd rather have done that prior to me getting there, unless what I'm going for are drills specifically where I don't want to load full mags. Then I'll do that and I don't mind it. Whew. But like I was saying earlier, let me go ahead and show you some stuff now that you see my garage more. Da 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 da. All right, so behind me here is my Ryobi side. This is all the baby green junk, right? And then over here is all the DeWalt stuff when it comes to all these tools. Table saw, planer, stuff, way more stuff. But this right here all of the iPro I left straight up at the house. What an Uber. All right, so back to me, back to seeing my ugly mug. I'm definitely not gonna put this camera back where it was at all. Who just texted me? Stand by. Yep, don't care about that. So either way, that's my video for the day. Let me know what you guys think. Go ahead and hit that like button, share this with somebody else if you feel they can learn from it. Or if you learn from it, take something from it. Let me know what you guys do. I actually love reading your comments. I do read every comment. And yeah, I like giving back to the community. As I stated, I used to sit there and binge watch YouTube videos. I still do, by the way, but not as much as I used to. I haven't even had time to make my own videos, let alone watch other people's videos. Me moving into this house has been probably one of the most chaotic experiences of my life. So because of it, I don't feel all the way there where I can make the videos. I'm literally in my garage sweating right now just to give you this. And I said, I have to do something today. I can't not do it today. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Oh yeah, and while I'm on the range, obviously not when I'm in, you know, my own personal time. I don't do this because I don't want to look like a straight up chode. But I do have a combat top that I wear for work. I fly in this. It matches my green bottoms, of course. I didn't wear it today. I just sweat in my freaking jacket, in the flight suit jacket. But yeah, so that's that. Either way, that's my video for the day. Let me know what you guys think. What would you take on a range bag that I didn't put in there other than stuff that's pretty simple, obviously, like markers and stuff like that to mark targets? If you want to know about my range binder, that's a completely different thing. Most instructors have a range binder, but if you want a range binder, I can go ahead and do a video on that as well. Either way, this is PhDarien, and I'm out. Peace.